We're gonna cook chicken today. I'm gonna sous-vide it and then grill it, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the sides and whatnot. But for now, I'm just gonna start with the chicken.
All right, so here we are. Yeah, I'm pulling out this chicken. Oh man, I just dropped some of these blood stains on the paper, so let me just get a piece of paper and clean it up. Here we go, nice and clean, just like new. All right, so we're just gonna put this chicken out here, lay it out like that. Bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. If you notice, the fat is there, so I'm just keeping that fat right there. Yep. And the reason I'm keeping that fat is because that fat is gonna melt into the stew that is gonna be kept in the bag. Just keeping everything clean here. The bucket over there, I'm filling it up with water because, oh yeah, I'm gonna put some of the salt. And I really like this salt. It's a big grain, like really large grain salt, and it tastes delicious. So we're gonna put the equal amount of salt in each of the bags, and we're gonna add some black pepper. Just put some of it over the chicken, and then we're gonna flip the chicken a little bit more. Can never go wrong with the black pepper. I'm gonna show you a little trick with the water in a minute. I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin. Yeah, just about that. Same with this bag. And load up the chicken. Good to go. This one. Next, let's load them up. Now onto the next step. Just clean this stuff up here. Some rosemary, some of the Italian parsley. Yeah, I'm actually growing some of that stuff. Well, right in the backyard. And some of the, oh the fuck that is, I forget. But it smells good. All right, so we're just gonna clean it up, wash it up. This is really good stuff. And if you wanna find some organic stuff, grow it yourself. This is organic. All right, so let's chop it up. Gotta get rid of those. Bum, bum, bum. Just give it a little whack. Not so much. Let's not damage the leaves too much. Just chop it up a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Good enough. Split it in half. Put that in the chicken. See how easy it is? Anyone can do it. That stuff too. Don't let the good stuff to waste. All right. That's right, it's so good. Next is the Italian parsley. You kind of pull it off of the stem like that, and then on the other end you pull it, and you will see where the stem becomes really soft, and it will break off. That's what you want to use, and the rest of it you just throw away. So you kind of just grab it, pinch it, pull it, pinch it, pull it. There you go. That's the technique. That's how you save the tasty stuff and get rid of the woody and like gross stuff. There you go. Bum, 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 bum. One more. This one's got a couple of drying out leaves. So, okay. Boom. Bam. Done. Let's chop it up. One more. Let's give it another pass. Okay, one more. Split it up and put it in the chicken. There we go. It's looking good already. All right, same procedure for the rosemary. Pull, pull, yank, throw away. Pull, throw away. See, because this is like all woody and stuff, so we just don't want that. We want the soft and green and nice stuff, because that stuff is tasty. There's lots of flavor. All right, we're gonna pass it on a couple of times, chop it up. Don't worry about going too thin on this one because it's almost like the pine needles. It's not really going to get damaged by the knife. It's just going to get chopped up into smaller pieces. All right, that's good enough. Let's load it in. Here we go. Next one. This one's done. That's right. They should have done the first one the same way. You know what? I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Now, on to mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I don't know. Anybody who doesn't like mushrooms doesn't understand how to eat. Mushrooms are awesome. They're delicious. They're easy to deal with. They're just phenomenal. You want to eat the mushrooms. And the flavors they add just, can't even describe it. It's great. So you just wash it off, like whatever, they might have some dirt on it, just wash it off. All right. That's a beautiful portobello mushroom. All right, let's just chop it up. Boom. Yeah, not too thin, not too thick, just nice slices like that. Set it aside. Next one. Yeah, let's throw away that dried part. There was already a pre-cut mushroom. There we go. Just kind of like that, very easy. Split it in half. Put one half in one bag. Maybe a little bit more. There you go. And the other part, the other half is goes into the other bag. You just pick all these things. Alrighty. Looking good already. Now look at the trick. I'm gonna teach you this. If you don't have a vacuum sealer and you're using regular bags, and all you have to do is just submerge your bag full of goodies into a bucket of water. Just close it up like that. Leave a little hole in there, and then just start submerging it and rolling it to squish all the air out until it's practically emptied of air. And then you just go on and zip it up. Bam. Here is your vacuum sealed chicken, or at least as close to it as you can get it. And that's okay. You don't need to suck out all the air out of it. It really doesn't matter. You just don't want it to have too much. So now onto the next one. Yeah, I'm just gonna move it over here, guess for a better shot. Let's close it up a little bit. Just leave a little hole in there, just like that, and start putting it in the water. Perfect. See? That's it, and it's nice and tight, and there's almost no air in there. Now we can dump that water. Let's bring it over, put it here, so you could see what's actually going on here. All right, so I'm going to turn it on. Takes a little bit of a holding on the button. Set it to 140 degrees. It's a really good temperature for the chicken, yep. And boom. The sous-vide machine lately has been kind of flaky as far as, I don't know, it makes this noise. So sometimes I need to shut it down and restart it because I don't know what's going on there. It's not the best thing, you know, it was like $60 on Amazon. It's not the top of the line, but it does the job. It works pretty well. I've had it since I bought it sometime in December, and you know, we've been loving it. All right, let's prep for the actual cooking. We're gonna cut up all the veggies and things here. So we've got peppers, we've got onions, we've got all sorts of nice good things. Not all of them are gonna get used. I'm still deciding as I go along. We're gonna start with garlic. So we want to get rid of all the paper stuff and break it up, and we're gonna use all of that. I love garlic. Garlic is amazing. We're gonna use all of the cloves, not just 2 or 3, all of it. Can't go wrong with garlic. Maybe you can, I don't know, people are gonna argue, but you know what, I don't give a shit. It's my table, my cooking, and everybody in my household likes garlic. So we're just gonna clean it up and let's crack it open. I'm gonna use my big, whatever it is, the cleaver, and we're just gonna start crushing that thing. Bang. Cut off some of those butts. Very good. Ooh, too much. That's right. Oh, that's a big fat one. Bum. Makes it really easy to peel the garlic once you've crushed it. In case someone did not know that, this is how you really easily and painlessly clean the garlic. Just cut off that little dry butt thing and then go ahead and just crush it. And by crushing it, pretty much you're crushing the shell, and it makes it really, really easy to extract the actual garlic clove from inside all that dry, peppery shell. So here we go. Just kind of like take that out. So here we go. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean all of them. So how you guys doing? You liking my videos so far? I think that has some staying power. Clean that up a little bit. Okay, so anyway, yeah, if you do like it, you know, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel because there's going to be more stuff to come, and obviously I'm just beginning here. I'm sort of an amateur, don't know what the hell I'm doing, and you know, as things progress and go along, I'm probably going to get more sophisticated in the technologies I use and the tools and blah blah. Right now it's just my iPhone. So anyway, yeah, I figured I'm just gonna do it because I like to cook. And okay, let's cut the pepper now. And a lot of people will just cut off the tip, cut off the butt, you know, like worry about the, you know, the seeds. It's really easy to actually save most because most of the pepper is good. There's only a little thing. So you just kind of like split it, remove the stem, wash out the seeds, and you're good to go. That pepper is completely edible all the way through. Don't waste it if it doesn't have to be wasted. Just rinse it, split it, break out that stem, wash out the seeds, and you're good to go. Same thing here, the label. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm just gonna sharpen that knife a little bit, you know. Hard metal and hard metal, good stuff. As long as you don't hit it directly, you're gonna hit it from the side. All right, let's cut it up. Now we're gonna cut off the top, the bottom, or the bottom to the top. Then we're gonna split it into equal chunks so that we could actually properly slice it. Yeah, there we go. Save those for later. And now the yellow pepper. Front and back, split it up. You get the idea. And now we're gonna slice it into nice, straight, thin slices. Practically the pepper sticks. They look really nice and neat. There we go. Just like that. You use your knuckles to guide the knife, not your fingertips. See how I'm using my knuckles? Very important. And that's actually a yummy pepper, so I'm gonna try some. Now into the yellow. I personally love peppers and don't mind eating it as I'm cutting it. There's no point in wasting it. Let's get a tray for it or a bowl. we go. That's gonna fit it all nicely. See how nice and straight those peppers are. Now I'm gonna just use this stuff up. I'm not gonna waste anything. These are just as good a pepper as any. I love chopping stuff up. All right, peppers are done. Looking great. Don't forget to wash your hands all the time. Coronavirus is a dangerous thing. Let's cut up some onions. Here I'm using this sweet onion. This is not a new onion, so you know, like it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So I'm just gonna cut that off. You know, just all the dry stuff. This is also kind of dry. If somebody's already been using this onion, I just don't want to waste it. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut it into and get rid of all that side stuff. And then we're gonna slice it into not too thin, not too thick, half rings. Yeah, I forgot. I'm thinking, just get rid of all that dry stuff. Don't want that. And then, boom, boom, boom. Away. Flip it, because it's easier that way. Keeps it more stable. And then that last one, you just kind of like hold it from both sides and cut it in half. There we go. Beautiful rings. Probably not gonna fit there. Let's get something bigger. There we go. All right. For now we're gonna put it in there and then set it aside. Let's do the cilantro. Not gonna use a whole lot of it, but just about that much. That's good enough. Fresh cilantro, good stuff. Let's put it away. We're just gonna chop it up, not too small, not too big. Kind of like that. And then the rest of it, boom, boom, boom. Let's give it an extra pass over. I'm gonna clean all this stuff up. I hate when there's dirty stuff in the sink and it just bugs the life out of me. Good to go. All right, let's open this. So we're gonna clean up some cauliflower here. Start by washing it a little. And I'm gonna break off all those leaves and I don't know, just cut that off. There we go. And just chop off all that undergrowth. So what you have at the end is just a clean head of cauliflower. This is the other one. All right, this one's nice and clean as well. Water off. Let's clean this up. And we're gonna start by cutting this guy in half. Set that aside, put that away. We're gonna need some room. Let's start chopping this little guy into nice small pieces. I don't know, I'm really getting anal on this one, but you know, whatever. I'm just gonna chop it up, and as I go along, I'm gonna become more efficient, because that's what usually happens. Now let's chop this up. This stuff is actually much easier to cut because it is already kind of dicey and grainy. I should stop and probably just... This is actually the most laborious part of this whole entire project, probably. Watch your fingers, make sure you use your knuckles to guide the knife, because you don't want to chop off your fingers. Just kind of... it's gonna go faster this way. I'm really using the wrong knife for this, but whatever. This will do the job. So as you can see, we're kind of making cauliflower rice type stuff. Coming up with bigger bowls. Put that in there. So the other half. Guide with your knuckles. I'm not stuck, I'm just chopping stuff up. See, I became a little bit more efficient on this one, so now I'm actually chopping it. I'm up to speed, now I'm going. Bang, 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 bang. Alright. Let's give it one more pass. Just keep on shoveling stuff under that blade. And here we go. Good stuff. Bring it closer. Cauliflower rice. Or so they call it. I saw it at Costco. That's where I got the idea of chopping up the cauliflower, because they call it cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice. Jesus, I've had a little bit too much wine. Hey guys, just in case you think that my voice kind of sounds weird, that's because I didn't want to be talking to myself like an idiot while I was filming this. So I was just keeping my mouth shut while I was actually cooking and preparing the food. And then as I was done and I filmed everything, I'm sitting here all by myself now and doing a voiceover. So I'm basically dubbing and explaining everything I was doing as I'm watching myself do it, so that you guys could actually get the idea of what the fuck's going on here. And you know, at this time it's pretty late at night, it's way past dinner time, and you know, like, I've obviously had a couple of drinks or more in me, so you know, forgive my banter here. Alright, good enough. Alright, this. Alright, no need to get all anal there, buddy. Okay. Should I cut this one? Should I not cut this one? Nah, fuck it. Let's put it away. Put that in there. All right, put that away. On to the next step. Okay, now we're gonna cut up some really good stuff. We're gonna cut that leek, the green onions, and the carrot. I'm gonna just wash some of that stuff away and before we begin. Alright, I'm gonna chop up that and get rid of the top layer. And let's see. Let me show you. You cut it like this. Boom. Just chop off the very bottom of it so it doesn't hold. Now you can actually split it open and get to practically every layer of it. So it makes it really easy to clean and separate the leek. Because the thing is that, you know, inside of those rings or whatever layers, the dirt gets in there, and you know, sometimes you find some dirt in there, and you know, whatever. So we're just gonna split it layer by layer, just like that. Here we go. Just level it out. And let's just get rid of that and let's just chop them up. Nice, thick, big chunks. Because we're going to fry that stuff. We don't want it to be too thin. Alright, just like that. Beautiful. Now we're going to cut some green onions. Alright, I kind of cleaned it up. And now we're just going to cut off some of those green onions. Oh my god, I love green onions. They're so awesome. This is kind of like a bad one. Now we're going to just cut it sideways at this point because it's like the thick one. And it looks better when you cut those white stems to the side. It looks just nicer. You don't have to do it, but it just kind of does. And grab a bigger bowl. Okay, we're gonna put all that stuff in there. Alrighty. Put all the onions in there. There's leeks, onions, green onions, it's all the same stuff. Just different colors. But it's all the same goodness. Remove all the bandages and wraps and straps and wash it. Let's do more chopping. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Remove the butts. So anyway, yeah, the story is my wife just told me that our daughter has planted some of the onion bulbs, green onion bulbs, and within a week they grew to like, a foot high. So I chopped off a few bulbs for her and gave it to her so that she could plant it, telling her that fuck the government, we are gonna grow our own onions and be self-sufficient. It's a joke. Or not. Anyway, yeah, so let's cut that sideways because it looks fucking fancy this way. And you know how we're all fancy. That water. Now we're gonna cut up and prepare some of those tomatoes. A lot of tomatoes are delicious and they're good baked. So you kind of slice it like that so they don't explode when you put them in the oven. Just dump them over there. Get rid of the bag and boom, just slice, 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 just like that. Just pretty much just open them up. Boom. Eat one. Ooh. Screw it, I'm just gonna eat those. Put them in a bowl. And now we're gonna get on the carrot detail. We don't need a lot of carrots, but carrots add a really, really nice flavor. So I'm gonna chop that thing off right there. As you can see, I just cleaned it up, so it's nice and clean. And peel it, and we're gonna split it in half. Sometimes it's easier to use the big knife to do it, and sometimes it's not. There we go. Chop it in half so it's easier to deal with, and then we're going to slice it into straight, kind of similar to what I did with the pepper earlier, except that this carrot is hard as F knows what, so it's really hard to cut. Let's use a smaller knife. There we go. I'm gonna dice it into thinner strips. Get rid of that shit. Alright, let's just chop it into some smaller pieces because there we go. Because it's just better. They cook faster. Now, if you don't know that the carrots actually take a longer to cook when you're sauteing them or whatever you're doing with them. If you're cooking veggies, always throw the carrots in first because they take the longest to be ready. All right, now we're gonna be cooking that stuff. And we're going to saute, put some olive oil, and preheat that pan. Just give it a minute to get really hot. So I forgot to turn it on. There we go. Because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a drink. All that stuff is getting warmed up. We're gonna get warmed up too. It's worth the wait. Good stuff. Whiskey, my favorite. Let's put that flammable material away. Put some carrots in. Make sure that the carrots are all on the same level. They're not bundled up into piles, so that all of them get an equal amount of heat and cook evenly. Don't forget to flip them and flop them and mix them repeatedly. You know, when I tap that pan, it doesn't seem too bad when I'm actually doing it. But when it's on camera, every time I tap on those things, I'm a big guy. I weigh like 230 pounds almost. And anytime I tap, I guess I got a heavy hand, you know, like the whole thing just jumps up. The camera, the stuff, everything just looks like it just kind of like bounces up. It's kind of weird. All right, so we're gonna prepare the tray for the little tomatoes now. Let those carrots cook, and we're gonna dump those tomatoes in there. Oh, those tomatoes look so good. Just kind of layer them down there, and just kind of dip them in the oil, nice and beautiful. They add so much flavor. Then we're gonna open the oven. Let me show you. So we're gonna set the oven 350 degrees right there, and it's preheating right now. And as soon as that oven is ready and nice and hot, we're gonna put those tomatoes in. And in the meantime, let's check the carrots. Carrots are looking nice and cooked up by now. Good to go. Let's put them in. We'll just dump the carrots into a little bowl. Cheers. We're going to have a drink. Okay, stage one, carrots is completed. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. Reheat the skillet again, and just let it get real hot. And then little by little, I'm gonna add some salt to my cauliflower. Putting that cauliflower in the skillet, and then spread it around, and mix it up, just like that. I'm gonna add some pepper too. You can never go wrong with pepper. Some ground black pepper. Add a little bit more oil because all the oil got soaked up. So I'm gonna add more oil, and you immediately can hear how the skillet starts sizzling. And we're almost done here. And this is the base for our dinner side, the cauliflower rice. There we go. Alright, turn the heat up, let it dry out. In the meantime, we're going to dump all those carrots inside of our cauliflower rice and mix it just like that. We are going to check on that chicken. Chicken good. Look at that chicken. Look at all that juice and the mushrooms. Look at all that deliciousness. It is so freaking awesome. Amazing. Off it goes. Let's unplug it. Alright, we're gonna lay that out here. Gonna squish it about, make sure that all the juices and flavoring and all the good stuff gets spread evenly about. If it hasn't done so yet, just shuffle it around, just like that. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we're gonna let that chicken rest. Just let it sit there. Now we're going to put some olive oil on that superheated skillet. Ooh, it's hot. Set it aside for a sec. And then we're gonna put the onions in it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the onions in gradually, load by load, because we don't want to overwhelm the skillet. This is an electric stove, it's not a fire stove, so the skillet will cool off if we put too much, and then the result is not going to be as desirable. So let's just set it aside, add another handful, push it about, mix it about, give the skillet a chance to heat up again. On the next load, turn it around and put out the rest. Not all of it yet, but we're getting there. Alright, let's empty the bucket. Here we go. Just keep on frying that goodness. Oh my goodness. Keep on frying that goodness. And it's time to lower the fire a little bit. Not the fire, the heat. A little bit. A little bit. Cheers. Again, black pepper. The best. Not that much. Just gonna throw it in there. Let it absorb the flavor. The pepper. Oh. Pepper's so good. Those onions look phenomenal. I don't even know. Just thinking about it makes my mouth water. Anyway, what's cooking is cooking. Those onions are beginning to look really, really good. And we're gonna just take them like that. And the moment we're ready, the moment that we are good to go, we are going to put them in with the cauliflower and the carrots and all that other jazz. Why, may you ask? Because it's awesome. And then we'll mix it up a little bit, and it already looks delightful.
Ooh, hot.
Time to put that stuff in. Alright, let's add some olive oil to that skillet. And what are we gonna cook next? Peppers, that's right. Not all of them at once, just a few, just a little, and then the rest. Fantastic. Now we're gonna move the camera and pan it down to the meat, because as meat has rested, now it is time to do something about it. Clearly I'm doing something important in the background there. Alright, here we go. So now I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna put the stew and all the juice from that meat into a pot. Just like that, shake it out. The mushrooms and everything. Well, not all of it, but you know, most of the moisture. And look at that chicken, looking good. I turn to those peppers at the same time. Don't forget about peppers. Alright, the other bag. And what we're gonna do with all this goodness is we're gonna make a nice sauce. We're gonna reduce this. We're gonna add some spices and whoop, careful. Add some spices to it. Squeeze all the juice. Just like that. Enough. Set that aside. Look at that. Look at that beauty. And then we're gonna turn on that. Oh, those peppers looking so good. Peppers look amazing. And we're gonna get those peppers out. Hold on a second. This way. You can see how they fall out. Beautifully and gracefully. Into that pot. Or whatever that is. Bowl. It's a bowl, yes. It's a bowl. Hey, English is not my first language. Even though I've been speaking it for almost 30 years, I forget things. Don't hate. Appreciate. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna now get that to a boiling temperature. Oh yeah, that is really good. And we're gonna reduce it. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna add some Dijon mustard. Oh, we're gonna taste it first, just to see what we need. Amazing. All right, we're gonna add some Dijon mustard to it. Boom, boom. Just about this much. I'd say about good tablespoonful. Add some spicy sriracha sauce. Not that much. You want to give it a little zing. And good old-fashioned Peter Luger steak sauce, because it has that nice radishy sweetness. As you can see, that my cat wants to go out. There's another thing that you would like to probably I need to explain to you is, see how I'm holding the mixing spoon? I'm holding it the round side up. This way when you mix something, it splashes downward, not upward. And you get to save your skin and not get all that hot oil and water and liquid all over your hands. That's a very important lesson. And since I did not go to culinary school and whatnot, that was the experience that I've learned on my own skin. Check out those tomatoes. Those tomatoes look amazing. Nice. And look, they're a little cracked. Phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful. All right, now the reduction is boiling and looking really, really good. Yeah? Look at those mushrooms in there. Look at that color. That, if you can only imagine the smell that's coming out of that's so good. That is the king of chicken sauce. It's that chicken broth and mustard and all the sriracha and mushrooms and cumin and all of that good stuff in there. Whew, amazing, amazing, incredible stuff. What I'm doing now is, you can't see it in the screen, but basically what I did is I just took out some of the mushrooms that were in the bag as I unloaded the chicken onto a cutting board. The mushrooms I put into the skillet, and I lowered the heat under the reduction in the sauce, so now you can see how nice and thick it has become. Alright, and at the same time I'm pouring out whatever's left of the reduction of the sauce of the chicken stew or broth, whatever that is. And I'm cooking mushrooms at the same time, and I forgot to switch the camera pan. Oh, here we go. Look at those mushrooms. Let me just focus the camera on them. I'm a little bit out of view right now. All right, look at that. Those are the mushrooms, and they are absolutely incredible. A little bit of cilantro, killer. I'm gonna taste some of that sauce, mix it up, or maybe not taste, but and shuffling those mushrooms. And here is the chicken. Look at that chicken. Look how amazing it is. Juicy, flavorful. All we gotta do at this point is chop it up, throw them on the skillet, sauteed. The chicken is resting beautifully. Mushrooms are cooking. Everything is coming along beautifully. Yes? Okay. Let's see what's going on here. This is our vegetable cauliflower rice. I'm gonna set up the camera. Get all the stuff over this way. And now it's time for garlic. Because we did not want to cook garlic too early, I like my garlic taste to be powerful and strong. So we're gonna put all the mushrooms in there, and then we're gonna start crushing that garlic into our vegetables. Not about little. Look at that goodness. that garlic. Imagine the smell that's coming out of that bowl. Amazing. Get rid of some of that extra. Okay. Squish that. And last but not the least. And now we're just gonna go and clean that all up, because we don't want any of that goodness of garlic go to waste. Get all that meat from out there. And clean that up. I'm not so worried about a knife because I sharpen them repeatedly, so even if it gets a little bit dinged up, it's gonna get taken out. Besides, the metal in that garlic crusher is aluminum, and aluminum is a lot softer than the steel, so it's not gonna really ruin the knife. Let's put some cilantro in it for freshness. Tastes so good. Let's get it nice and hot. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep on mixing that stuff up because I don't want any of it to stick. Let's taste it. Put to rest. There we go. Now I'm gonna heat that up again. It's kind of like went into idle mode. It is on a simmer, but it doesn't seem to be simmering. All right, so we're gonna take all this stuff out. Just look at all those vegetables. Imagine the minerals and vitamins and just overall goodness in it that could be yours if you would have done this. Oh. Then all that flavor. Just look at it. We're getting ready to start working on the chicken. So we're just gonna cut the chicken into cubes. Just like that. Clear some room here. Boom. Next. Hey, guess what kind of chicken it is? That's right, this is not the chicken breast. This is the chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs. Why are they chicken thighs? Because they are awesome. They are the best freaking chicken. Chicken thighs win every time. They are absolutely incredibly delicious. They are fatty, they are tasty, they are flavorful, they're moist, juicy. Look at that protein. That right there is badass. It is not overcooked. It is not dry. It is perfect. And why is it perfect? Because it was cooked for 2 hours at 140 degrees. And we're about to embark on a journey, and I'm relieving you a secret that you may not have known before. But butter makes everything taste better. So we're going to baste our chicken. We're not really going to baste it. We're going to actually sear our chicken in butter. Just gonna mix this stuff up. Give it a taste. Hot, 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 hot. Mmm.
you could only smell this or taste this.
Ooh, that butter's almost melted. Let's give it a little swirl. Get rid of that pan. We're just gonna melt the rest of it. Grab a little, let it sizzle. Heat to the maximum, grab a little, put it in, let it sizzle. Heat is on the max. Unfortunately, as with all the electric stoves, they don't produce enough power to heat up the large amount of food. And I was too hungry to actually wait for it and let it reheat. As you can see, there's a moisture already beginning to build up from the chicken, and I am overwhelming that fry pan, literally overwhelming it. It is no longer frying the chicken, it is just cooking it. And I'm blind to that fact. And I'm trying to load it little by little, but it's just not enough. I should have either done it slower or done it small part at a time. But, you know, we can fix that. And the way to fix it is either let it sit there and boil until all the moisture vaporizes from the chicken. But I do not want to do that because that will also dry out the chicken. So after like about a half a minute of struggle, I come up with a solution that you're about to see. You see how much moisture is in there? Not good. Not good. Not good at all. And the moment I realized that, finally the realization comes. Boom. Time to remedy the situation. And now we do it the right way. And hey, I'm doing it because, you know, like this is something I'm learning. And now the chicken is actually being seared properly. All right. Now that the chicken is done, look at that. Beautiful. And look at the mess I made. All right, it's all good. We're gonna clean that up. But the good news is that it's all coming along. So now we have this. We're gonna add a little bit of cilantro, mix it up, give it some flavor, and let it sit there and rest for a little bit. We're gonna add cilantro to the remaining cilantro to the veggies. Mix it up, crush some of those tomatoes so that the juice actually does penetrate the vegetables and mixes up with it. Then I'm gonna remove this and put it into a place where I could actually start serving food. Peppers. Anyway, so yeah, finally we got the plate going, and it took a little bit. I screwed it up at first. I put some, you know, ingredients first that weren't supposed to go, but it ended up looking good. A little bit heavy on the sauce, but it ended up looking really good. Now the kids are ripping it up. Called everybody downstairs. Dinner time. That's that's my plate. I don't fuck around. 230 pounds. There you go. It's a picture. Another picture.
No.
What? Is it good? Good. Because for the YouTube viewers, you need to say how good it is.
Delicious. 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 Delicious.
You can totally also make it as a taco, as my wife has decided to do.
Athena. What's up, Mom?
Comes out pretty good.
Amazing.
She goes and lays down. Just see her. You can just see her fat tub. Over here.
She's a turkey.
This
She's
is
a
tiki
turkey.
sauce. No cheese needed.